There it is. All right. We are live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Gonna try to be a little more classy than that dude in the second row on the hard camera side with this t-shirt on. What a moron. Jiminy Christmas. And there's Critical Sting with a Jiminy Christmas. What is up? Styles is in here. What's happening, brother? Jerry's here. What's up? Uh, folks, we are entering a new era tonight. And this isn't declaring war. Me personally, this is me loving professional wrestling and loving what I watch tonight. Am I going to watch NXT and review it? Yes, that is my plan. My plan is to watch it and review it sometime tomorrow. We'll see how awake I am after doing this. But the plan right now is to watch AEW live and go live after it and review it every Wednesday. That's the plan. Critical Sting says my eyes still have to register Santana and Ortiz out of Impact. Yeah, that was a little strange, wasn't it? You know, you're so used to them kicking ass. They were in Impact, what was it, 2.5 years? About 2.5 years, I believe it was. And they were one of the most consistent tag teams in that company over the last 2.5 years. And I couldn't be happier for them. They made a huge statement tonight coming in at the end and or in the main event, you know. I'm thinking of what are they calling him? That's his real name, right? Jake Hagar? Jake Hagar. Crashed the party at the end there. That was tremendous. That was great. And there was I think was that Justin Barrazo, everyone's favorite from Sports Illustrated, tried to say he was either, I didn't read the article, he either said he was definitely showing up or there was a good chance he was showing up. Jake gave it away a few months ago, right after Moxley did. Right, it was right around the time Moxley showed up, that first event. Jake said something to that effect. For everyone not too excited, what's up, Eric? How you doing? Who else is in here? J Rock Freak, what is up? Awesome debut show. It was. I'd give it an A. It was a. Well, we'll cover the whole thing, but overall, I gotta say, minus a couple of quick camera angle goofs, this show came off, I'd say, without a problem. I would definitely give it an A, you know, high 90s A, definitely. Commentary sounded good. I'll say this, they sounded better. And this is the first time we had, what's his name, Excalibur? Now, I'm still getting used to him, but I like what I've heard the first few shows, those pay-per-views. And tonight, I feel like everybody was real careful not to step on each other. And Tony Schiavone wasn't always in the booth. He was down in the ring a couple times attempting Didn't always come off, but he was down there a couple times, either on the ramp or in the ring, um, doing interviews, and that went well. Well, you know, why did Chris Van Vliet have to yell at us? Probably because he was so damn excited to be there. And I tell you, man, I was excited to see him there. I was very excited. Um, nice to see. Who was that? Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith, and Jason. I can't think of his last name. Someone will put it in the chat. Jay and Silent Bob. Little cheap plug for their movie coming up. Looks like they are big fans of AEW. Nice. I saw something on social media earlier. It was a picture of Tony Khan, Jay and Silent Bob, and Chris Jericho chuckling about something. Eric's he was going back and forth between AEW and the AL wildcard game. Yeah. Yeah, my year is unfortunately done for baseball. I don't watch a lot of baseball. I usually just keep in tune with it through my pops because he's a diehard Brewers fan. Their season ended last night. Nationals beat them in the one game thing for the wild card. So hey, they had a good season. But yeah, I'm very. I've been a fan of Chris Van Vliet's for a few years now. He's been putting out some quality, top grade interviews. Very happy that he's a part of this. I have been saying in his comments for years that someone at the time, the biggest company was the WWE, and there wasn't really anyone else to compare to that a couple years ago. And I was like, wow, WWE should really hire him. And, well, it was revealed recently that AEW did sign him up, did hire him. And yeah, man, I mean, he was out there and during the the tag teams. It's the tag team rivalries and all that stuff. AW win because it feels like WCW. It does have an old school feel to it. I mean, this was a very rivalry / wrestling heavy show. Not a lot of backstage stuff. I think the only backstage stuff we got tonight was when Moxley and Kenny Omega brawled to the back and then Mox put Kenny through a table, which I just as soon as he threw Kenny against, well, I'm going to just kind of jump all over the place here and just kind of check stuff off as I cover it. As soon as Mox threw that couch chair, whatever that was, the big fluffy VIP chair, the leather, as soon as he threw that brown leather chair and exposed the glass coffee table behind it, I was like, oh no, I just had a feeling. I'm like, oh man, that table ain't gonna last 10 more seconds. And it didn't. It was great. I didn't think they were really going to, but as soon as he put them in position, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And it just shattered into a million pieces. And Moxley had a vest on, and it looked like Kenny landed on it just right so that hopefully he didn't get cut up too bad. But yeah, great spot. Loved it. And this is all really building now big time to Full Gear. We're getting big hints now what's going to happen at Full Gear. So Mox is healthily? Wow. We got flavored water here, folks. I swear to God. Nothing. Show was so crazy, J-Bone had a stroke. Healthily, Mox is healthy. So, and he's back. So he's going to be facing Omega at Full Gear. I believe that was advertised. I believe they put the graphic up on the screen. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, yeah, Jake Hagar makes his debut. Let's jump back to the beginning. We start out the show, and I missed the promos that were leading up to it. I didn't catch. I saw one. I had it on in the background for about 15, 20 minutes, and I was setting up here, getting the show ready for now, and just doing other stuff, making my cover, whatever. And I heard promos going on, heard crowds cheering. So they were doing something similar to what Raw does, you know, when they cue the crowd and they do the quick 10-second crowd pop 10, 15 minutes before airtime. They did something similar, but this was a debut, so I think they did a lot more than that. So, but hey, you know, wrestling has not been on TNT in almost 20 years. So, hell yeah, they're making a big deal out of this. They are backing this 1,000%, which is great to see. It's great to see. I can't wait to see what numbers come out tomorrow. And I'm not going to sit here and guess some kind of outlandish number like, oh, they're going to make, 5 million. No, man, I'm hoping between $500,000 and $1 million. I'm playing it safe. I think they'll beat that, but I'm playing it safe. I think they'll do that. NXT went 15 minutes over, so I made sure I set my DVR. I'm going to try to watch it on the network. If I can't, I think it's supposed to be on the network tomorrow. If I can't watch that on the network, I don't know why I'm keeping the network, honestly. Because a friend of mine earlier today said Hell in a Cell's got a couple matches booked. Wow. Fail. AEW's got half of their first pay-per-view already booked just by the attacks that happened tonight on the card. It's crazy. So Jim Ross kicks it off with Tony Schiavone. He was there right alongside of him. Wasn't there for the whole thing. Like I said, he was down there for a couple interviews and whatnot. Excalibur was there. I'd say, I'll say it again for those who didn't hear it. I think commentary was good tonight. I feel like they worked better than the first couple shows. Like the first show felt a little off. Alex, I can't think of his name. Alex, whatever his name was. He's more of a backstage guy now, more of a production guy, I guess. Just didn't gel. Just didn't really feel like it gelled with but man, as an older wrestling fan, hearing Tony Schiavone alongside Jim Ross, man, you get those flashes of them together, the old suits, the old World Championship Wrestling. At least I think that's what it was. World Championship Wrestling at the time. The old sets, which I hear that it's what NWA is doing. I've seen the pictures, heard a couple spoilers. Very excited for that next week. Can't wait to watch that. Heard some of my favorites are coming back. I'm not going to give any spoilers. Please don't put any in the comments. But I'm very excited for that. Alex Marvez, that's it. Hope Nyla versus Rio will happen in Boston. Rio was a star of the night. Both those ladies kicked ass. Was very happy with that match. My dad was watching a little bit of it with me. He he was amazed at how small Rio was and that she won. He couldn't believe it. You know, I was like, I'm shocked too. You know, I was kind of. I mean, I really didn't matter to me who won. I've been rooting for Nyla Rose since day one. I think she's got a significant uphill battle for a fan base to prove herself. You know, a lot of haters out there I saw today, and it's sad. It's sad that I mean I'm not going to sit here and say I'm her number one fan. I'm not going to sit there and say that. But if you're going to go out of your way to come up with something negative to say about her because she's a transgender and she's a professional wrestler and she is who she is and she does what she does, what kind of life are you living? Seriously, you know? If she's not your cup of tea, it's fine. Just shut the hell up, you know? You don't have to go out of your way to be negative. That's what I try to do on here. Support the stuff you love and promote it and talk about it and discuss it. There's enough negativity out there. That's what I try to do on here. Demon Rocks, what is up? Their takeovers are going monthly next year? Oh, dear God. Mercedes Martinez is from Boston, so Nyla versus her would be a great match for full. I'm assuming you mean Full Gear. Yeah, that'd be tremendous. That'd be tremendous. We'll see. We'll see. We didn't get too many surprises. We didn't get too many. Just some damn good matches. All right, so show starts with Cody versus Sammy. Dude, I have been so excited for this match. And there really wasn't a ton of build for this. You know, they did some background stuff. If you watch the countdown, they basically played what they played right before the match. But there's been other stuff. And if you don't follow, if you don't follow Sammy Guevara's vlogs, I encourage you to follow, to watch them on YouTube. Very entertaining. Watching his road over the course of the last couple years. And I talked about this last night. I was like, man, I was trying to remember where I saw him first and became a fan of his. I can't remember. It's sad. He's one of my favorites now. Favorite vloggers. Soon, probably going to be soon to be one of my favorite wrestlers. He's a blast to watch. Young, one of those young Thundercats. To quote Martin, that goes back, okay? Oh man, his match with Cody. What a way to kick off this brand on TNT. Good match. Good match. I won't call it solid because it was better than solid. Sammy pulled out all the stops and really, man, they really kicked each other's ass. Cody came out on top, which is, you know, I was indifferent. But I love how going into this, Cody kept saying, if I lose, I'm not wrestling Chris Jericho at Full Gear. He kept saying that, which makes sense. He's been consistently winning, which put him in a number one contender spot. But if someone beats that number one contender, that throws things off now, does it? So that was interesting going into this. Hell of a match. Cody comes off with a inside cradle. And then, Sammy's all steaming. He looks like he's going to, get in his face and start some shit. And he's like, no, I'll be a gentleman and shake his hand. And he's really drawing him in. He's really, he's got Cody focused, and you could tell by the crowd that something was about to happen. Sure enough, sure shit, here comes Jericho. Wham, nails him, attacks him, takes him out. So, any show would have booked the ending of this show the same way. You attack someone in the beginning, someone's going to get a little retribution at the end. So yeah, you could see that coming. But I don't see a problem with that because that just makes sense. That's good booking in my opinion. Cody comes back at the end, dressed to the nines, straight out of the gorilla position. Beatdown crew, what's up? Mac McCall, I loved AEW show. There you go. See? Heavy J says the main event was a little overbooked. Yeah, I heard a couple opinions like that online. Like a little too much happened. You had Mox show up. Goldust came in. And then Jake Hagar just destroyed everyone. So Santana, Ortiz. Now, they didn't give them a name either. They just said Santana and Ortiz. And that doesn't mean in the future they won't give them a name. They've called them a couple things in the past, couple different things. But for now, they're Santana and Ortiz. So it looks like the top heel faction is going to be Chris Jericho, Santana and Ortiz. Sammy Guevara came out there at the end. That was nice to see. That's a little rub getting put alongside Chris Jericho there. It was great to see. I was a little surprised that he came out at the end there. I was like, oh, look at Sammy go. Playing with the big boys at the end of the show. Nice. And then Jake Hagar cleaning house at the end. So if Jake is Chris Jericho's muscle, And if you're not sold on Jake Hagar yet, I understand. You haven't seen him in a while. You maybe forget how good he is. I invite you to go to what the hell is that app? Tubi, Tubi.tv, Tubi.com, whatever it is, the free TV app. The last season of Lucha Underground is on there. And I was very skeptical of Jake Hagar being on Lucha Underground. And it took me a bit to appreciate it. But by the end of the season, he was the best heel on the show. So, like I said, if you're not sold on Jake Hagar, watch the last season of Lucha Underground. I guarantee it'll change your mind. Because I know a very select amount of people have seen that. And yeah, it probably was, spoiled a couple times from a couple different people. Justin Barrasso of SI, Sports Illustrated. No, it's Barrasso. Whatever. He he ain't shit. He's had a couple good articles. I still remember him from burying Impact Wrestling and claiming that WWE was going to buy them next week. Oh, if that wasn't the biggest load of shit that guy ever put out. Oh. That's why whenever he puts something out, it's like, really? Says who? Let's jump in the chat here real quick. Orlo, what is up? What's up, J-Bone? AEW was awesome. Tonight I'm watching NXT on DVR currently. Okay, there you go. Well, I better let you get back to it. You can come back here whenever. Saw someone in the chat up here. Oops, wrong mouse. Tubi also has some awesome Grindhouse movies. Oh, awesome. Orlo says, I miss Lucha Underground. I do too, man. It's gone by the wayside in Hollywood hell. It's, they buried it. Damn shame. Lucha Brothers have a YouTube channel. I'll have to look at that. Oh, you've got NXT paused. Well, thank you. Thank you, Orlo. Bix took Barrasso's spot for Impact negativity. I heard about Bix. We were talking about that a couple of weeks ago on the Total Nonstop Impact podcast. Who is worse, Dave or Brian? Oof. I don't know. Beatdown Cruz says, we the people, and I think Jake Hagar is more dangerous because he's doing MMA. Yeah, he's successful at MMA. He's what, 2-0, 1-0, something. He's got an undefeated record, I think. So he's doing both. He's doing good. I'm so happy that Impact isn't involved in the Wednesday Night War. Yeah, that's kind of nice. There's enough stuff going on Wednesday night now. You can watch NWA before Impact Wrestling, and then you can watch whatever on Wednesday, whatever your little heart desires. Both, one of them, whatever. Thursday night, pretty much free and clear. I know there's something on. Oh, Beyond Wrestling. I guess they got a series on YouTube or something. I've heard it's good. I haven't checked it out. I think it's in my to watch list. But for the most part, Thursday is pretty clear. Friday night SmackDown. The Rock's gonna be on there. Ooh, he might call Punk. Ooh. Enough about that. All right, back to this. So Jericho comes out and attacks Cody post-match. Jericho looking clean shaven, and he did something. What did he do? Dye his hair? He looked different. Maybe he stopped drinking so much vodka. Did a mud facial mask or something. I don't know. So then next we got Brandon Cutler and MJF. Decent match. I wasn't that excited about this one. I'm happy for Brandon Cutler. I really haven't seen his stuff, but I've been a fan of MJF's for last year to 2 years. My introduction to MJF, he friend requested me on Facebook. I was like, who the hell is this guy? So I'm scrolling down his stuff, and he just put out like a promo, a well-produced promo. And yeah, that was my introduction to him. Crazy. And he followed and unfollowed me like 3 or 4 times on Twitter. Still friends with him on Facebook, I think. Last time I checked. It's goofy. I haven't tried to interact with him yet. I'm not ready to get buried by that son of a bitch yet. But so MJF comes out with a win here. He taps out Brandon. Interesting. I didn't think that was his finisher. But then again, I can't remember what the hell his normal finisher is. So MJF is 1-0. Brandon Cutler's career already in jeopardy? No, I doubt it. He still has that other contract. Official BTE producer. That's right. NWA is on YouTube, and they also play it live on Facebook? Facebook, I believe. YouTube and Facebook. Maybe on the Twitter box? Maybe. Who's worse? Meltzer or Johnson? I don't know. Mike got roasted alive by Triple H? Oh, I missed that. Cutler looked a little too indie. It was meant to put, I mean, this was solely to get MJF over. This wasn't going to win Brandon any fans, other than put some eyes on him, in my opinion. I'm not trying to knock him. I'm just saying, people know MJF more than Brandon. MJF is going to be an absolute star, and I mean star, in this company. He is going to be within 6 months. He's going to be the best heel in the company, next to, I say, Jericho, because Jericho's just freaking gold. You watch, guarantee it. All right, what do we got next here? Chris Van Vliet. So excited to see him. He's talking to Jay and Silent Bob. They plugged their movie, which is, I don't remember what the hell it was. I saw a trailer for it or something. Was never a huge fan of them. What was the one movie they were involved in that I liked? Oh, Dogma. That's about the only one I really cared. I know some people are like, ooh, Clerks is the best. I've never seen it. Somebody's going to gasp in Spanish out there. Ay de me. You've never seen Clerks? No, I've never seen Clerks. Sorry. Or the sequel, or the third one, is there a fourth one? Probably. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. So the Jack Evans comes out and starts ripping into Jay and Silent Bob. I forget what he said. And then Jay says, you haven't even won a match yet. Oh, throwing shade on Jack Evans from the heavens. Oof, rough crowd. And Helico's there too, but he's not much of a promo guy, so he's just kind of, it's just, I love those guys though. They're such a good team. Private Party then comes out and, kind of helps not protect Jay and Silent Bob, but shared some drinks with him or something, and like, just to put him in the mix, get some eyes on him. And that happened later with SCU did that promo, and then they were live on the stage cutting a promo with Tony Schiavone, and the Lucha Brothers showed up. That Obama promo, that was gold. I did not know Scorpio Sky could do Obama like that. That was gold. That was damn funny. Right in front of the Capitol. Anybody walking past have been like, that Obama? That was pretty damn close. But yeah, I mean, that is what is going to be a big part of next week, is the tag team tournament, or whatever they're calling it. It's tag team tournament. It's for the championship. The series. And then they put the brackets up. Showed who's facing who's got Dark Order's got the bye, I believe. They got the bye in the first week. So we may see them next week, but I don't think they're going to be facing anyone. So next week, I imagine, is going to be very tag team heavy. And I heard we got some tag team matches after they went off the air, like 3 matches. I didn't catch who. I think Lucha Brothers were involved, and Evans and Angelico were in another one. I didn't catch who was all facing who, but yeah, maybe they'll even put them up on YouTube or something as a bonus for the fans. But who knows? So yeah, can't wait till we see all that next week. Hangman Adam Page versus Pac. Damn, that was a good match. Now, I know we already saw that on the Indies, and that was in the midst of kind of the whole mess of trying to get Pac on AEW, and then they didn't want him on there because he had the was it the Dragon Gate Championship? I think that's what it was. Pretty sure that's what it was. And they didn't want him losing while he was champ, which, I mean, it's in another country, so it depends how, I guess, hardcore of a fan you are, Some people wouldn't care. Some people would be like, oh, he's champ. Can't let him lose. So, whatever. To each their own. But hey, he's here now. He's staying. And he had a hell of a match with Page. Oh, my goodness. I say it's a tough one. But I'd say match of the night, in my opinion. And I heard a lot of people saying that. Predicted to be match of the night. Pac comes off with a win here. Taps him out with the, what do they call it? The Brutalizer? I think that's what they call it. The Brutalizer. Mallrats is no bueno. I'll take your word for it. So far, spoiler, AEW has NXT beat. This sucks. What? 6 movies with Jay and Silent Bob opened the Dreamgate Championship. Oh, okay. Is that what they call it? I haven't heard that term in a long time. My nickname in high school was Obama. You poor guy. Is Private Party really private if everyone knows about it? You're so goofy, Critical Stick. Oh man, that's too funny. Um, the party's private. You can know about it. It's not everybody's invited. See, there you go. So, so yeah, Pac wins. Pac is, and they're making a big deal about this, uh, wins and losses. I don't think they said it for every single person that came out, but they did say that Pac is 2-0 now. Be interesting if you go back and like put everyone who was in a match and figure out their numbers from the first show till now. Wouldn't be that hard. Would be pretty easy. A lot of people with 0-1s. I got called that more than my actual name. Wow. It's because you did an imitation of him, or did you do something, or were you class president, or I'm curious. All right, we'll continue. Britt Baker's at ringside on commentary. Didn't say too much, didn't really add too much, but it was nice that she was out there, So we had the women's championship, Nyla Rose versus Rio. Was very excited about this one. Rio looked very emotional coming out there. Um, Man, I still can't believe that she's been wrestling since 9 years old. Things are different overseas, folks. Most places you have to be what, 16, 17, 18, depending on who's training you and if you're going to an actual school. Now there's a local guy around here by the name of David Hero. He runs Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. His son, can't think of his son's name. So I saw his first match. It was at a House of Hardcore show. Good first match. He's getting trained by Silas Young in Milwaukee. And he's like 16 or 17. He's pretty young. Kid's jacked. Not super tall. He's like my height, like 5'10, maybe 5'11. But he's muscular. Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, he's pretty young. But I can't even imagine being like 9 years old and training wrestling. That's crazy. But that's the culture over there. That's when they start them. It's nuts. Orlo says that was a great match. Critical Stick says I couldn't take a bump, let alone a small cut at a 9-year-old at 9 years old, right? I used to watch David Hero on PWR Live. Didn't know his son wrestled. Yeah, PWR Live. I missed that show. He and Damian Nelson. Yeah. Hell yeah. That was a great show. David's got something going on. I think he's got his own podcast or something. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I see a lot of, he shares a lot of stuff about his son. Doesn't do a lot of personal stuff other than gym photos of him being all jacked to the gills, toe surgeries, foot surgeries, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Stardom wrestlers are wrestlers who are very young. Yeah, man, those stardom wrestlers, they are intense. They are awesome. I've seen a few shows, few matches, whatever. So Rio is the girl Omega wrestled. I don't know if she was. Are you talking about like years ago? Maybe it was. Maybe it was. I know they have some kind of connection over there, but I didn't hear like the full story. Oh, you were kidding. Okay. Hey, she might be. I don't know. I don't think she was though. I saw some interview with him talking about her recently and their connection, but I don't remember like the contents of it. I see the likes going up. Hell yeah, man. By the way, smash that like button if you haven't so far. Got over 10 viewers late at night. Good to see. Thank you for tuning in. Jesse Cole, what is up? Rio is always Kenny's partner of choice in DDT. Okay. Taking a quick break at work. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jesse. Hope your night at work isn't too bad. Hell yeah. So Nyla Rose, Rio is your first inaugural AEW World Women's Champion. Now that's different. They called her the World Women's Champion. I don't think I've ever heard a company call a women's championship the World Women's Championship. I mean, that really makes it sound unique and special, you know? Just throwing that, like the world champion. Makes you think, honestly, it's got a classic feel, doesn't it? You think of the big gold belt from WCW days, that world championship, or possibly the NWA championship. I like the look of the championship too. Very similar to the main championship, just a little more petite. You know, it's sexy. I like it. That AEW championship, whew, that could possibly be the sexiest championship out there, man. That is just dripping in. That is just dripping in gold and jewels, man. Whew. Can't believe Chris Jericho lost that son of a bitch. Unbelievable. Lucky they got it back. Heard in an interview recently that Cody said that they made another one. They got it ready just in case. Guess you have to, right? Crazy. Much better than the WWE belt. Truth. And speaking of truth, that horrible championship that he's been carrying around, that piece of garbage. Oh my God, the 24/7 championship is the best thing on TV right now. Get that shit out of here. Way to bury the mid card. Yay, I'm championship. Conk. Nope, you're not. Our truth is what? 18-time 24/7 champ? What kind of horse shit is that? Lazy asses. Oh yeah, it's lazy. I'm going to take a piece of plastic. I'm going to put a 2 and a 4 and a slash and a 7. Because that's good shit. That's good shit. I'm taking shit's better. Looking at that. Right? To quote Rowdy Roddy Piper, put the Dairy Queen twirl on it. Now that's a good looking shit. Anyways, back to this. Ooh, way off track there. My goodness. So Michael Nakazawa comes out to interview the newly crowned World Women's Championship. Well, that really does have a ring to it, doesn't it? World Women's Championship. Just kind of rolls off the tongue. Can't believe other companies haven't done that yet. At least not that of my recollection. I'm a senile old bastard, so I could be wrong. But let me know if you've heard World Women's Champion before. Sounds new to me. I don't know. So Michael Nakazawa comes out to love that name. That name just cracks me up. Oh, that's racist. No, it just cracks me up. It's not racist. Uh, Michael Nakazawa, I had to say it again, comes out to interview the newly crowned world women's champ, Rio. And doesn't even get into the interview. Nyla Rose takes him out, almost decapitates him. She was trying to pick him up for the the tomb? No, not the tombstone. Power bomb, whatever. And almost botched it. It took a couple tries, but she got him up in the air, and then boom, killed him. And then she killed Rio. And then Kenny actually came out and stopped him. So very interesting there. Very interesting. So then he's already out there. I suppose he had to walk her to the back because they were helping her. Wrong damn mouse. Couldn't stop laughing at the poor bastard. Yeah, right? Nakazawa. Poor guy. See, if he oiled himself up beforehand, she would have gleaned right off of him. That'd have been sexy. Belt is the worst belt in wrestling today. Which belt? I'm assuming you mean the 24/7 belt. But anyways, so Kenny stops Nyla Rose. Wonder if down the road somewhere we're going to get an intergender match between Nyla Rose and Kenny Omega. Or maybe a tag match. Maybe Nyla Rose will pick an opponent. Ooh, maybe Rio and Kenny versus Mox and Nyla Rose. Ooh, book it. Hell yeah, book that. Kenny Omega and the Bucks then, the main event. What did they say? With the remaining TV time? That's a term I haven't heard in a long time. I think it's been years since I heard that term. Because they're big on the time limits and whatever. Tony Khan shut down intergender wrestling. Let's see. If the fans want it, they'll book it. If the fans want it. That woman's belt looks like an old school women's belt. Yeah, it does. I mean, have you seen the new NWA Women's Championship belt? That looks like an old school belt. It's got Sienna's picture in the middle, little circle. That's an old school feel to it. This one is like all jeweled up like the big main championship. It just, like I said, it's just more petite looking. But it looks good. It looks good. I like it. So we got Chris Jericho and the debut. Well, I mean, this whole thing is a debut, I guess. But Chris Jericho, Santana Ortiz looked like $1 million. They really did. I mean, this whole match was really a hot mess. Especially when John Moxley came out and attacked Kenny. They brawled to the back. So that took out Kenny. Now, I thought maybe someone else would come down to replace him, like in the match, but we didn't get that. Cody came down. I don't remember exactly who showed up when. Chris Jericho got the win, though, with the Judas effect. That damn Judas effect, man. That's becoming like a really legit move. He's got how many wins now with that move? 3, 4 knockout blows. The Judas effect. Man, people were laughing at that. Oh, that ain't a finisher. Yeah, it is. Opinions aside, it's a finisher. I mean, it really is. So it was no DQ Lucha Rules match? Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, I guess, referee's discretion. I don't know who was the ref for this one. Um, was it Rick Knox? That's a Knox. That's the Knox I was thinking of. And Mox and Knox. um, yeah, I mean this match was really all over the place. Someone someone said it felt overbooked. Yeah, I mean there was a lot of stuff going on at the end, but it felt like you know, like Cody came down and that was the payoff from the first match when he got attacked by Jericho, so that made sense. Seeing Dustin come down help his brother made sense. I mean everything made sense, but I mean you had to have like a big crazy ass finish to this show with a surprise. The surprise helped. You could, whether you say you knew about it or not, it's a surprise booking. He was not booked in the match. We did not know for sure whether he'd show up or not. Jake Hagar debuted and just clobbered the shit out of everyone. I liked it. I liked it. So, like I said, for those who might have missed it, you got Sammy Guevara was down there too. Oh yeah, that was a lot of people down there, wasn't it? Sammy was down there, of course, jumping in on Cody and whatever. So yeah, you saw a picture of the new NWA Women's belt on Allison. Oh, what's funny is Thunder Rosa, I guess, is a part of NWA. I didn't hear what happened, but she posted a picture of the championship with her picture in it. So there's your challenge. It's pretty cool. Looks cool. I think NWA pays more than Impact Wrestling. No clue, man. I have no clue what kind of. I know a billionaire owns Impact Wrestling. A billionaire runs Anthem. Corgan is not a billionaire. So I have no clue what he's paying his guys. I don't even want to try to guess. And they're booking it in a studio. So you got to pay for the studio and you got to bring people to the studio. You're not sending them on the road all over the damn country. So there's pros and cons to it. There's pros and cons. I'll be talking about it next week when it debuts. I am very excited about it though, because it's got that old school feel. I saw this set. It's called, what's it called? NWA Power. You got to say it like Big E though. Power. So, or, it's got what, 3, 4 R's? Don't say power, because that just sounds stupid. But, yeah, I like it. So Mox comes out, attacks Omega, takes him to the back through the crowd, puts him through the glass table. Great finish of the night for those two. Mox was screaming something at the end. I didn't catch it. So then that left the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho, Santana Ortiz, and the odds were just against them. Goldust came down, Cody came down, Jake Hagar cleaned house, leaving Santana Ortiz, Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, and Jake Hagar standing tall. And like I said, if Jake Hagar is Chris Jericho's muscle, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. But he's not going to be the kind of muscle where he just stands in the background and doesn't do shit. No. He's going to rip shit up. So he's probably going to be, having kick ass matches. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Goldust versus Jake Hagar at Full Gear. Wouldn't be surprised. I'd honestly love to see that. That'd be a great first match for both to have singles match. Well, you could say, Goldust already had his singles match. Well, yeah, but it wasn't on the AEW TV product. Post TV debut. Because everything is post TV debut now, But they're going to still count the numbers. So, oof. If he loses to Jake, man, Goldust is going to be, 1 and 2? I don't know. I'd have to check. Oh, let's jump back in the comments for a bit. Hagar versus Luchasaurus. Hell yeah, man. Book it. Luchasaurus is like 20 feet tall, though, isn't he? He's dinosaurs. I was a little surprised we didn't see them, but you can't put everybody on the first show. We'll see them next week because, like I said, it's going to be the tag team tournament. They're facing, I don't know. I got to look it up. Couldn't see a Lucha Underground, but Taya killed him. Taya killed Luchasaurus. She beheaded him with the sword. And then he showed up on Impact Wrestling. I thought Impact Wrestling was going to sign his ass. That was the last time they were in Vegas. First time they were in Vegas? Last time they were in Vegas? Somewhere on the West Coast. He had a dark match, and he was also used in the underground thing with Allie and Su Yung and Rosemary and that whole thing. Didn't Luchasaurus get killed in that one too? Hopefully he doesn't die in AEW. That'd be a damn shame. The Undead Realm. Thank you. Long day. Thank you. Paul Nelson says, good shit, AEW. There you go. Probably the complete opposite of what Vince McMahon would have said. He would have said AEW is bad shit. We all would say it's good shit. Well, I don't know if we'd all say that. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments if you're watching this after the effect. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when more of my content hits your screen. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to try to do NXT tomorrow before we head into the weekend. And then I don't know what the hell's going on. I know people have been asking me about MLW. I got to catch up on Women of Wrestling. I'm behind on that. Going to try to start maintaining a schedule within the next couple weeks, get things back on track. And then the ultimate goal for Impact Wrestling is to go live with the guys on Tuesday nights after they air on Total Nonstop Impact on the Impact Lounge. And also start doing some original content on their original channel. With Total Nonstop Impact channel. Going to try to grow that sucker. Because the Impact Lounge is a great way to get some views. But, we're trying to grow outside of that as well. You have to. If you can't, why? Why not? That's where they were originally. So, Vince croaked a few times tonight. That's too funny. So yeah, look for the. I'm gonna be watching NXT. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it anymore tonight. I'm getting tired. Um, but I heard about a couple of the spoilers or saw some stuff on social media. If you haven't watched it, I won't spoil it. I'm happy with the few spoilers I did see. I knew some stuff was going to happen tonight. It's their big show, and I'm excited about it. So, yeah, I'll be talking about that. So a lot of people asking me, "Whoa, are you AEW or are you NXT?" I'm excited for both. NXT is going to have great freaking matches on it. My only criticism with that show lately is listening to Mauro. I love Mauro Ronaldo, but it seems like lately he's doing a lot less talking and a lot more screaming at the top of his lungs. When he's screaming through the whole match, I can't listen to it. It really turns me off, and I can't stand Beth Phoenix. I've said that before here on about that too. I really can't stand Beth Phoenix. She sounds. Oh my God! Did you see that? It sounds like she's reading it right off the freaking page. It's or when she really tries to get loud and excited, it sounds like she's yelling into a pillow. And Morrow just talks over her. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That was a big turnoff the first time I watched that. So I hadn't watched it in a long time. Tried watching the one last week. Network wouldn't let me. That's why I didn't review it. I'm like, I'm not going to review half the show that I saw on USA and not the other half. And then I tried watching a bunch of other stuff. And that's why I put on Twitter what I did. I'm like, damn, I can't even watch Main Event. Not that anybody watches that anyway. But I couldn't even watch Main Event on the network. I was like, this is messed up. If I can't even watch Main Event on the network and I can't watch NXT and I'm not watching the pay-per-views because I'm not watching Raw or SmackDown, I don't know. I have to figure that out within the next month. They don't have anything booked for Hell in a Cell, apparently. Whoops. Guess Premiere Week took precedence over Hell in a Cell. Oh, we got a show this Sunday? Oh, shit. Guess it's time to book some matches, Vinnie Mac. All right, we're going to get out of here. We had enough fun. We'll be back tomorrow. And you prefer pay TV. All right. And we'll talk some NXT tomorrow. And yeah. So this is an exciting time, folks. I'm really excited for this. I love the first show. I gave it an A. Let me know what you would give it as a grade. What was your favorite match? What did you pop for? Let me know in the comments below. Hit me up on social media. All my social medias are in the description. I've got teas for sale. You want to help support the show? Buy a tea. You will legit help support the show. So, take care. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, folks.